Hey guys, what's going on? Blue97 here, and welcome back to another Minecraft redstone tutorial. Today, I'm in Java Edition 1.17.1, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a lava farm that you don't have to move in. You just get to sit still. So guys, let's get started. So first, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to place 8 cauldrons going out this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then go ahead and place in 8 more on this side here. Now, you will not be using all these. I'm just doing it now, so that way you guys get a little better visual. So what you'll do is you'll place in a piston facing in towards this one here. You'll place another piston facing this way like this. Place another piston facing over here this way. And another piston facing in this way. And then what you want to do is you want to get rid of these 2 cauldrons and this 1 cauldron down here. And you can go ahead and just leave this one there like that. Next, what you want to do is you want to come up 2 blocks. Go ahead and break out this block here. And then everywhere above these cauldrons here, you want to place in some stone, and even when there's not a cauldron, so like the area that the cauldrons will be revolving within, you want there to be stone there. Then go ahead and place a little bit of a frame around these blocks here. And go ahead and chuck lava inside all this. Then go ahead and take some dripstone and place them on all these blocks. So then what you want to do is from the side to where the pistons run into a cauldron, you want to come down 2 blocks, just like this. And then you want to chuck in a 3x3 area here with hoppers. So you'll have 3 blocks, 3 hoppers kind of running in like this. And what you actually want to do is you want to make sure these are all running off in this direction here. Come back 2 like this, until you have a 3x3 of hoppers like this. So all these hoppers are running into this hopper line, which will be run over here into some chests later. Next, what you want to do is you want to place a stone block on top of that hopper there. You're going to want to place in a rail with a minecart with hopper on that. Go ahead, break out that rail there. Place in another piece of stone on this side. Run a piston into that block there and push that over, just like that. You can then go ahead and break out those blocks. Then here on the top, you want to go ahead and break out that block. Place in a rail. Place in a minecart with hopper. Break out this rail here. Place in an observer, and make sure this observer faces out towards you. And then place a block on this side of the piston here. Place in a piston right into the observer, and push the observer across, just like that. You can then go ahead and break out these things. You'll then want to place a block just underneath this observer here, so right here. If you are unable to place it in for some reason, because maybe the hitbox of this minecart's getting in the way. So then what you want to do is you want to come out a couple blocks like this. And you would have to push a block in like that. But then go ahead and take a redstone repeater, place on top of this block, and put it on maximum delay. Next, what you want to do is you want to have a dropper running upwards from where this repeater is. So, just like that. Have another dropper facing out this way. Have another dropper running into this dropper here with a hopper on top of this dropper here, right into this dropper. Then come down one over one, break out this block, chuck in a comparator, run that into a note block like this, and chuck in observers on both sides like this, run these observers into a block, come down one over one from both of these blocks here, chuck in a redstone repeater, and put on maximum delay. Then what you want to do is you want to place a block on top of this redstone repeater here, get out a dispenser, and place it on top of this block here, just like that. Next, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to place an observer coming out from this note block here, just like this. You're going to want to come up 2 blocks from each of these stone ones here on the sides with a sticky piston that faces downwards like this. You then are going to want to link these blocks up here, just like that, with some stone. Then from this observer you just place in, you want to come down one over one, go ahead and break out this block, run it into a redstone repeater, set a maximum delay, run that into a block, chuck a redstone torch on that, chuck in another block with another redstone torch. Then what you want to do is you want to place in 2 blocks here and 2 blocks here. Chuck in a redstone comparator facing this direction and a comparator facing this direction. You have some redstone dust and place on top of all these blocks here. Then what you want to do is in this dropper here, go ahead and place in a block. Next, what you're going to want to do is from this repeater here, you're going to want to just bring out some more blocks like this. Come up one here, break out this block, and chuck in redstone dust along all of that. However, for now, I'm going to disconnect this redstone dust here in case this thing fire off while we're building it. I don't want it to run the system. Then on the other side, you also want to place in 3 stone blocks, just like this, and then extend this on over here. Place in a block in behind this piston there, chuck in a repeater on maximum delay, and link this up with some redstone dust here. Then you want to come down one over one like this, come out one more like this, listen 2 more pieces of stone with a stone behind that piston there, with a redstone repeater on maximum amount of delay. Come down one over one, just like this, break out this block, come over one more, bring this all the way down to this piston here, and place another block with a repeater here, maximum delay, with redstone on all these here. I'm also going to go ahead and disconnect this one as well, just so it doesn't run while this thing's being built. So next, what you're going to want to do is from this redstone torch here, go ahead and place in a block. Extend this over till you get just above this dispenser here, or 1 block away from it. Place in a block on top of that dispenser, and then put redstone dust on top of all these stone blocks here. You're also going to want to place in a block next to this piston here, just like that. Go ahead and place in a door, so that way it is even with you staying in here. So you don't want to place it in to where it's like this or something. You want it so it is flat up against it like this. Now personally, I like mine to open outward just because it makes it look a little bit nicer, I think. So I stand on the inside and I place it in. Then what you want to do is you want to place in 2 blocks here on the side, just like that. Next, what you want to do is from this dispenser here, you want to place a hopper right into that with a large chest on top of that hopper there. Then go ahead and chuck a sign on this chest here. This is completely optional. I'm just doing this for labeling purposes, but you're going to call this buckets because this is where all of your buckets for this dispenser are going to go. Then what you want to do is from this collection system here, you want to go out 2 blocks here like this. Go ahead and break out this block here. Run a hopper into this block here and place in a double chest just like this. Go ahead and place a sign on this, and this is going to be called your lava collection. Then what you want to do is from this hopper here, come down 2 blocks just like this, place a block going over just like that, break out these 2 blocks, chuck in a redstone comparator, and chuck in a hopper right into that comparator just like that. Then go ahead and come down 2 blocks just like this, break out this block, and chuck in a hopper. Then what you want to do is from the block that the redstone comparator is on, you want to come down one over one, break out this block here, and chuck in a redstone torch. Then what you want to do is you want to place in 2 blocks right here, redstone dust on that, come down one over one, break out this block, chuck in more redstone dust, come down one over one, break out this block here, and chuck in a redstone repeater. Then go ahead and grab out some buckets and chuck them inside this hopper until the buckets stop flowing through. So it should be at 11. Then what you want to do is you want to place 3 buckets here like that and the other 7 right there. So now you've just made a filter system that will filter out any spare buckets that happen to get fired off from this system here. That way you don't have a bunch of empty buckets in here and you'll be able to use the maximum amount to collect your lava. So you don't have to worry about losing any as you're trying to AFK this. Then from this hopper here on the bottom, you want to go over 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, just like that. Break out these 2. Run them into that block there. Go ahead and break out this hopper here and place it so it runs into these hoppers here like that. Then what you want to do is from this hopper here, go out another 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3 like this. Break out these 2 and chuck in 2 more hoppers there like that. Go ahead and break out this hopper and run it into the back of that hopper there. Then you're going to want to run this hopper into a dropper here like this and bring this dropper tower up until it is 1 block lower than the chest here. Just like that. Then take hoppers, place in 2 there, and 2 there. But then what you want to do is you want to come back 2 blocks here from this bottom dropper here, break out this block, and chuck in an observer facing towards that dropper there. Go ahead and break out this block behind it, and then stack more observers on top of all of that, on top of the bottom observer there. Then you want to take observers and place them upwards, face from behind all these other observers here. So now when you update this observer, it'll update all the droppers there. Then what you want to do is, if you're facing it this way, come on the left side of it here, come down one over one from this dropper here, break out this block, chuck in a redstone comparator, run that into a block, with another block here on the side, with redstone dust there like that, with a sticky piston here, with an observer facing downwards, with a block on top of that piston there. So now when that observer is slid over, it would look like something like this, and it would send a chain reaction constantly firing those off. Then what you want to do is from the side here that has the door on it, go ahead and build a little bit of a platform you stand on. So I'm going to come out 3 blocks like this and just make a little 3x3 area for the person to stand on. Go ahead and place a chest here on the side, and this is going to be called your collection kit. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take some buckets here. I start off with 13, and you'll want 35 items, just like that. Next, what you're going to want to do is you want to place a chest right here next to your door like that. Chuck a sign on it and call this on/off. So, whenever you want to shut this thing off, basically you'll just take the item that was in there and you'll chuck it inside of this chest here. So then you can go ahead and link up this redstone now, because you don't have to worry about this thing running because there's no item in there to make it run. So then if you were to want this thing to run, you would pull the item out of there and you chuck it inside of this dropper here. That way this thing can start kicking into action and working. Make sure you do put it inside this dropper here, otherwise you're going to have some issues with this thing working. Next, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and fill up this dispenser with buckets. They're like that. I also do recommend filling up the hopper and the large chest with buckets. You don't necessarily have to. I'm just doing it so that way I don't ever run out of buckets while using this thing. Except when you are doing this, you're going to want to leave this last slot blank, because for any of the extra buckets that come up, you're going to want to make sure they can actually go inside of here. Technically, it will just get backed up right here on the hoppers, but I'm just leaving an extra slot there just in case, so it kind of looks a little bit nice and clean. But I'm just going to kind of go ahead and show you this is working. So I'm going to change my game mode to survival here. I'm going to grab out my buckets, fill up my inventory here just like this. I'm going to go ahead and take this item that was in here, and I'm going to chuck it inside of this dropper. I'm going to come on here like this. I'm just going to increase my random tick speed just so you guys can see this thing is working. So game rule, random tick speed, we'll set that to 500. Then you just sit down here, look at this cauldron here, and you hold down right click. As you'll see, we just pulled some lava from that, pulled some lava from that one as well. And we're getting dispensed buckets. So now it's just to wait for this thing to fill up again. And because you do take it out pretty quick, sometimes you might take out like 2 buckets of lava before this thing registers and push along to the next thing. But it'll always work because it'll always detect some update. So even though you might have pulled it out and didn't detect it right away, it'll detect it then, just like that. Now this one it won't have to detect it right away because I took it out too quick as it was moving. So I had to wait for it to get filled up again. But then as you'll see in situations like that then, because the observer gets updated more than once, I get fired more buckets. So that's what the filtration system is for, because then it ensures that the buckets will end up back into the system. Also, if you want to make sure that no items are really going to potentially fall on top of this piston here, you can go ahead and chuck in a block there like that. Also, what you're going to want to do to make sure that no items get stuck inside of this cauldron here, because sometimes what happens is the buckets of lava will actually fall into the cauldrons here and get stuck there. What you're going to want to do is you want to go ahead and get out a rail and a minecart here, chuck in your rail and chuck in your hopper with the minecart there. So then anything that goes inside this cauldron here will get picked up by that hopper and put over here. But guys, that is the entire build done. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. But guys, with that being said, have a great day and don't forget to stay cool. See you guys. I will also have the rates for this farm in the description, as well as an item list for everything you're going to need in order to build this. Now, if you want to see me build this thing live, I did build this thing live on Twitch. Make sure to go follow me there, link in the description as well, because there I build all kinds of cool creations like this one, but you get to kind of see me go through the thought process on how I came up with this design. But guys, I'll catch you all in the next one.